I'd like to bring on Amala Ekpunobi to discuss this, PragerU personality and host of their new documentary, Unwoke Inc. Amala, thanks so much for being with us. It's great to have you.
Thank you for having me. I'm shocked, I gotta say.
It is quite disturbing, is it not? I mean, kink education, I guess is what we're going to call it, because this is exactly what it is. How is this acceptable to teach this in class, but completely avoid subjects that actually matter, like reading, writing, math? How is this happening, and what do you make of it?
I mean, I find myself asking the very same questions. This is very disturbing. I can't imagine that this is somehow part of the curriculum in California, but yet we have a video of this being talked about in school. I can understand conversations surrounding sex education, and the reason behind that being to sort of thwart off problems like teen pregnancy. But this has nothing to do with educating kids about the outcomes of sexual intercourse. This is something wholly different. And I like to think that this teacher just went off the rails talking about something that she's not supposed to talk about. But this coming out of a California school is not surprising anymore.
Yeah, it's not. And as you said, I mean, actual discussions about reproductive health, anatomy may be acceptable, but to openly discuss sex toys with minors, I mean, this is just completely off the rails. I don't know how we got to this point, but it's very disturbing. And I guess the kink discussion doesn't really end there. You may have heard after the release of the Little Mermaid remake film, the New York Times review stated, quote, "Joy, fun, mystery, risk, flavor, kink, they're missing." What's going on here? Why on earth would a movie made for children, no less, need to include anything related to kink?
I'm asking the same question. These things are just ridiculous. I don't know what's going on. I think it's part of this modern, I don't even want to call it pride movement, because it feels like this is just a fringe set of people who are pushing these ideals on other people. The last thing I thought about when I watched the original or the new Little Mermaid was anything that had to do with kink. And the fact that we are having these conversations, and in both of these instances around young people and children, is quite disturbing. No child needs to be having their conversations like this in school. And they certainly don't need to go to the movies to watch a film like The Little Mermaid, a Disney children's film, and have elements of kink involved.
Yeah, it is absolutely preposterous. The good news is the ratings on the new Little Mermaid movie were so awful. The New York Times actually had to try to cover for it. I think on some of the reviews, they said that they didn't mean anything like kink. They tried to cover their tracks. I don't understand what was going on here, because to my knowledge, I think the only other definition of kink is something that happens in like a watering hose. So I don't know what their other definition of kink is. Do you know what they were trying to imply by this?
I can't say that I know what they were trying to imply. Right now, what I think they're doing is they're backtracking on something that they should have never published in the first place. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of these publications are not expecting people to catch on. They're not expecting people to have outrage towards these statements. And now we're becoming more vocal, and they're becoming beholden to us.
Yeah. Well, that's good, because I think it's definitely up to us to set the record straight, as we've done with Bud Light, as we've done with Target. But I guess we need to now do that with Levi's, because their new ad is quite disturbing. Let's play that.
Personal style is the most important thing.
I feel a lot more freedom when I include more masculine elements into my style.
I was always obsessed with the women in my life. The way that what they did was for themselves.
My style has changed a whole bunch, and I expect that it will continue to change probably forever.
Whatever feels the most natural is what anyone should be doing.
I have a pair of 501s, and I just continually get patched. You can find a number to fit your body in the way that it is you want to be shown.
It's an amazing time to be able to express yourself in a very personal style. It's a time where we're all really free to express ourselves how we want to.
Wow, I think that is one of the more repulsive alphabet ads I've seen to date.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.